Y'all like that beat?
Yeah, but that could be a tough situation. Nobody happens in basketball. Everybody's like, "Oh no."
I can jump on the I'm not allowed. Well, last night.
Yo, I love, you know what I love? I love seeing Nando as we're coming on and the intro is playing, and I can see him just bouncing to the music, to the theme music. That song is very catchy. I might have to write some lyrics to that joint.
I like it a lot.
I do too. But again, welcome to another edition of the Man Experience. This is the episode before our final episode for this season. It's going to be a very, I know I say this every time. Like I say this every single episode that we have an interesting topic to talk about. And I feel like every episode we have had interesting topics to talk about. But this particular episode, I think all the fellas are excited for because Nando is taking charge of the episode with his rapid fire questions that none of us know what he's going to be asking. As a matter of fact, Nando doesn't know what he's going to be asking until he pulls the question up. And so if you are watching us out there and you have a question that you want to ask us, please feel free to post that in the chat. We'll bring it up on the screen and we'll discuss it. All right, so let's get into the gear of things today. As always, I like to do my week in review, and it's going to be really short this week because there were only 3 things that were really of interest to me this week. So let's go ahead and get it started. I'll start with this. I'll start with Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford, who fought last night, July 29th in Las Vegas. Crawford, who was recognized as ESPN's pound-for-pound boxer, is now the undisputed WBA, WBC, IBF, and WBO welterweight champion. Now, I called this. You can go back and look at our episodes. Nando and I were going back and forth a little bit, and I said I was taking Crawford. He said he was taking Spence. But what I did not expect to see was that it was going to be so lopsided. Spence looked good in the opening round, but from there, it was all Crawford who got the TKO in round 9. Crawford actually dropped Spence on 3 separate occasions, once in the second round and twice in the 7th round. And now, at this time, they are looking at the rematch clause, I believe. Spence is actually hoping that it is actually at 154 pounds because he plans on moving up. But I must say, Crawford actually outlanded Spence 185-96 in total punches, including an 87-33 edge in jabs and 98-63 in power punches. The last thing I'm going to say about this, and if Nando wants to chime in, but the last thing I'm going to say about this is when I saw who Spence brought in, who was singing him in, and I saw that Crawford brought Eminem, I was like, yeah, that's a loss right there. So that's all I'm going to say. 2 talented individuals. I look forward to the rematch. I look forward to it being certainly better than this one because Spence is a phenomenal fighter in his own regard. These are 2 just phenomenal in-ring boxers. And I just look forward to it.
Yeah, honestly, the fight didn't go the way I thought it would. I had a feeling Crawford would win. I felt like he was the harder puncher. I was hoping that Spence would be a little more on his toes and being able to move a little more, make a fight of it. That being said, I do hope that they exercise that rematch clause. If it's going to be at 150, did you say 154?
Yeah, Spence is moving up to 154. His hope is that it'll happen at 154.
Okay.
But obviously we'll find that out. And he hopes it happens in December.
So the rematch clause, I remember, has to happen before the end of the year.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, they fought at 147. 154 is technically 7 more pounds. No, 9. No, 7.
It's
7 more
Sunday.
pounds, which doesn't sound like a lot.
But it has an
it's
impact.
a huge difference, right?
Yeah.
And you never know how they're going to put that weight on. Spence could come out hitting even harder. Crawford could come out hitting even harder, or he could just be slower. He's got ridiculous hand speed. I could wax on and on about the good things he showed last night.
And patience. And patience in the ring.
He's a counterpuncher, so that's what kind of you expect out of him. Is patience. Similar to how Floyd boxes and is a counterpuncher. The hand speed is incredible, and as you move up in weight class, the hand speed isn't always there. So
yeah.
Like I said, I could talk forever about boxing, so I'll shut up.
No, I know you can. We might have to do an episode on boxing one day. That'll be dope. I don't know. It might just be me and you talking at that point.
Yeah, could be.
But that's fine. The next thing on my agenda is, if you haven't been following, there has been new evidence that has popped up in this Tupac case. Las Vegas police actually executed a search warrant related to the fatal drive-by shooting of Tupac Shakur, the latest turn in decades of investigations into the rapper's mythic and unsolved death. But in addition to this, I must say that Drake has purchased his crown ring in an auction for $1 million. Drake is doing a lot here lately. I just saw where he actually has now come out with another song that is dissing Pharrell and Pusha T. I feel like another child is going to be exposed at some point. I don't know, but we'll see. But I haven't heard anything else as it relates to this Tupac Shakur case, what they might have found in Las Vegas, what they were even looking for. So if anybody has any additional news, please chime in.
I go ahead. I had heard that they had executed a search warrant for the house in Vegas, right? Was it in Vegas?
It was in Vegas.
Okay. I had heard that, but that was the extent of what I heard.
It died down after that, it seemed like to me. Like this came out, and it was the biggest news, it seemed like, for that day. After that, you heard nothing else about it. And as a matter of fact, a review of it today was news from last week when it first broke out. So there's nothing as far as updates goes, unless Blake has something that he found. If we find out anything, if we hear anything, we'll certainly let you all know, because I'm sure everyone wants to know what was found or even what was looked for. All right, the last thing on my agenda today. Carly, shaking my head. What is you doing? For those that don't know, and if you don't, you've been living under a rock. That's all I'm gonna say. But this is Carly Russell. She is the woman who, in fact, went missing in Alabama after calling 911 about a child on an interstate. New evidence actually shows that Carly Russell, prior to this phone call, searched for Amber Alerts. She watched the movie Taken before vanishing. Now, police at this point see no evidence of abduction. She has since turned herself in and has been charged with 2 misdemeanors for kidnapping hoax. Carly, what is you doing?
Taking 4.
That should be a new segment. I should do a "What is you doing" segment, and that be people that like this. What is you doing? Anybody have anything to say? Blake, I know you got something to say about it.
Look, Carly wasting them folks' time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Folks out here going missing for real. And
I actually felt sorry for it too.
I don't feel sorry for what? What we sorry for?
Wait, you feel sorry for it now?
Before all this happened, I actually felt sorry for the whole story.
Oh,
Before
I felt sorry in the beginning, but obviously in the beginning stuff won't add up. Like it just was not adding up, and then they came out and 2 + 2 won't equal 4. Like the math won't mathin', as my boy Blake say. The math was not mathing from some of the stuff that was going on. Like I shared with somebody, I was like, dang, she came back faster than Jesus. Like, wow. So I don't even know what else to say about Carly other than Carly, shaking my head. What is you doing, baby? You got to do better. You got to do
Wasting
better.
folks' time.
And I shared with you, Blake, this morning about an 11-year-old girl. I can't remember where, but she actually, with her friend, I think, started some kidnapping hoax. So I mean, don't let this be a new fad. Please don't start Carly rustling. I don't know what. Don't do it. Don't because there are people that are out there that are actually in danger, that are actually missing, and those people need to be found, and those situations need to be taken seriously. All right. So moving on from all that, that is all I have really for my weekend review, because those were the most intriguing things I felt like have gone on since the last time we saw each other. Now today's episode is entitled. Go ahead, my brother.
You didn't want to mention the aliens.
Oh. So Nando, I'll let you talk about it.
So for those that don't know, was it the House? The House had a panel with I can't remember the gentleman's name, but basically there were a few guys, and they basically came on and said that the U.S. is in possession of both organic, like meaning bodies of aliens, plus technology of aliens, and that we are being lied to as a country and world.
There it is.
We already knew aliens existed. So
I mean, most people that I talk to are like, yeah, of course. Whether it's true or not, there's still more things to be revealed, according to the people that were on the panel.
And apparently, if I'm not mistaken, apparently the whole panel was really in regards to discussions around how the Air Force and stuff designates unidentified flying objects, which they're not called anymore.
Right.
But then all of this UFAs, I think, is what they're called. But all of this came out as a result of this discussion, and this whistleblower came out and said, "Look, hey, yeah, we got bodies, and we got equipment." And so take that how you want to take it. Whether we are alone or whether we're not alone, whatever you feel. But somebody has come out and said it. So we'll see. We'll definitely see. Go ahead.
Want to send condolences out because we lost singer Sinead O'Connor.
Oh, yes, we did. And if you're not familiar with Sinead O'Connor, my mom was a big Sinead O'Connor fan, so I remember nothing compares to you. I hope we're not losing no viewers from me singing. But yeah, certainly condolences out to fans and everyone out there who listen to Sinead O'Connor. How old was she? She was
56.
56, so she wasn't, yeah. Sad. Younger and younger.
They don't have a cause of death, do they still have a cause of death yet?
I have not heard anything, but that doesn't mean that hasn't been decided or determined. But I think it's been because it happened within the last 5 days, so they probably won't come out with nothing until probably the beginning of this week or something of that nature. So yeah, we'll keep you posted. All right. That means we got a whole 45 minutes for Nando's questions and anybody else that wants to. So if you are viewing right now, if you are watching right now, you have a question, I want you to put it in that chat box wherever you're watching for, whether it be Facebook, whether it be YouTube, wherever you're watching, put that question in and we'll make sure we'll get it answered. But today, like I said, is our episode entitled Rapid Fire, where Nando comes with some rapid fire questions. And we're going to have some rapid fire responses. So, that being said, take it over, my brother.
So I had some people that I know just send me random questions that, random questions. I told them there's no rules. Try not to make it dirty since it's not after dark. but there could be some borderline questions. So I got 25 questions. I'm gonna just do it at random. I got a wheel that I'll spin basically, and it's gonna pick a number. I haven't seen the questions other than to copy and paste them, and I tried not to read them to make it fair.
Bro,
All right.
I'm gonna say right now, I'm smiling. Blake is looking in bewilderment. Jamon is like, I shouldn't have signed on today.
I'm gonna go ahead and start it now with the first question. And,
All right, now.
all right. So the first one, if you won the lottery, what's the first thing you would do?
Ooh.
We're gonna start with Desmond, then go to Blake, and then Jamal. I'm just gonna go as how y'all appear clockwise.
I'm paying some debt, bro. That's what I'm doing. I'm paying some debts,
That's the first
and then
thing?
the rest of it, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm investing in something to recoup some money because I feel like anytime that you do something like that, you should put it towards making you more money. But yeah, I'm gonna take care of some debts. And let me rewind it back. I think the first thing I'm going to do is go on national television and say, I know who my real family is. I don't need no cousins coming out the woodwork. And really, at the end of the day, it's my immediate family and youth four brothers that I might take care of. Everybody else might not get that same sympathy from me. But that's my plan.
What about
Okay.
you, Blake?
Let's see. The first thing I would do, probably the same thing like this, pay off some debts. I want my debt to be like zero all the way to zero
Yeah.
on everything. So then after that,
Because credit goes a long way, bro.
right.
But you might not need credit anymore, right?
Well, you're right about that, but I love to have both.
So I think after that, I'll probably buy an RV and just be on the road for a while.
Hey,
RV.
I like
All right.
that.
Big old fancy RV. Yeah.
I
Now,
ain't
what you-
mad.
What you got, Jamal?
You wouldn't fly, sir? Get that private jet?
Nah, I wouldn't even do all that. I'll be on the road.
Yeah, that's too much money.
I have enough money to drive it,
Yeah.
so I won't have to worry about it.
That's too much money. In a RV, I can stop place to place and enjoy places maybe that I've never seen before. That would be dope.
Yeah. And nobody knows you, so you don't got to worry about them. Can I have some money? Can I get
Yeah,
some change?
Oh,
Depending on the RV I get, I might look poor.
Right.
my RV gonna be bougie.
Or you gonna have it rigged up
Yeah, it's gonna
like the Joy from the Goofy movie.
Yeah.
yeah. So that's what I would do.
What about you, Jamal? What you got for us?
Well, I think as a consensus, I would pay off my debt and any future debt that I see coming. I would do that and, take care of family. The people that have taken care of me for the longest time, look after moms first, as a whole, make sure mom is taken care of financially, period. And then just look, give some money to charities that I feel, that are important, and just take care of people that I really think may need it. That's where my heart goes. If I've seen you go through hard times before, and we've gone through hard times together, that's just I would like to pay you back by just helping you out, doing something like that. But then I would take care of myself, like Blake said, maybe I would like to, get on one of those year-round cruises. Just take a year-round cruise, just go around the world and just do different things, go stop at different places and just check out the sights and enjoy my retirement. Immediately, my immediate retirement.
Yeah.
Even though I may work for maybe another couple months, just so I wouldn't be bored.
See,
I mean, I would just do that so I wouldn't be bored, you know.
Blake
Yeah,
said,
you
"I'm
can't
working long enough to quit."
I knew that. I mean, I know a lot of people would just immediately quit, but
No, I
would
wouldn't
just,
immediately quit. I'd have a whole like
I'm gone.
I legit have a whole probably like press conference.
I wouldn't do that.
I'm taking
Just
my
invite the
talents
whole
elsewhere.
organization in.
I wouldn't want
Walk
people to know
in,
that I won the
good to see
lottery
you,
unless
good to
I
see
have
you.
to.
No, I'm
Yeah.
not talking about winning the lottery. I'm talking about quitting. Like I'm
Oh.
talking about I'm having a press conference to quit, to announce that I am no longer employed by this organization. And I might get up there and I might either do Allen Iverson or Marshawn Lynch. We talking about richness, y'all. We talking about richness. We talking about richness, y'all.
But Nando, I
We
mean,
talking about
Nando,
richness.
on that subject, how much is the lottery now? Ain't it 900 and some million?
Yeah, I think it's right almost at $1 billion. So if you
Let me
were
ask
to
y'all
win in Virginia, if it's at last I looked, you would take home, if you took the payout, it would be $296 million after taxes.
Let me ask y'all this: How much is it? How much is it to make you determine today? Yeah, I'm walking out. And if you don't feel comfortable saying it on air, but how much? How much is enough? How much is like?
I think maybe 5 to 10 million.
I
For
said
me.
at the minimum, 5.
5 million?
5 to 10 million for me.
At the minimum.
Shoot, I'd take 500,000 to make it work.
I was gonna say I'm taking 300,000. I'm going back to school. That way I don't have to worry about nothing.
Bro, I'm taking I'm making it work with 500,000. It'll be game on with 500,000.
300,000 I could take 3 years and go to school and get my degree and then find a job.
But look,
And do
nowadays,
something, whatever I want with no
300,000,
pressure.
man, they don't go too far.
Huh?
Nowadays,
I don't need it to retire.
Listen,
I just need it to move into a different profession.
Yeah.
it don't go too far because people allow it not to go too far. I can make it go far. I can make it go. I'm gonna make it go far. Trust and believe. I'm gonna make it go far.
So the first thing I would do is hire a lawyer. Is my first thing, and then I'm buying new phones for everybody, and then disappearing for 6 months. There's nobody here. I'm moving to Nebraska, somewhere in the middle, just for 6 months till everything calms down, and then I'll come back.
the bowels of Utah.
Right. So everybody on here and all my close friends and family, I'll be sending you a code. If I don't send you that code in 6 months, it ain't me who's talking to you. I got it well planned out in my head.
So what's up? You gonna take your family with you, right, Nando?
Yeah, that's why we're all getting new
Yeah.
cell phones. Yeah,
Definitely that.
they're gonna
But
hate
like he
Nebraska.
Like he said, you get new phone, you get cell phones, and if you get that code,
Nando gonna be in South Dakota somewhere.
Right. For 6 months, I'm like,
with
hate
a
every
cowboy
minute
hat
of
on, he
it.
gonna be sending us pictures.
Howdy, y'all.
My name ain't Nando no more.
Nando gonna be in Iowa.
My name is Mike.
Change your name, change everything, dude. Change your identity for a little bit.
For 6 months, I'll be off the grid.
I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad.
Maybe
at you
even
at all.
longer if it gets to going. Maybe even longer.
Shoot,
All right,
if I feel good, then yeah.
It might just stay. I don't know. I don't think I can live in Iowa or Nebraska. I drove through Nebraska, South Dakota. It is awful. It's just flat and nothing.
That's how I feel about Kentucky.
All right, next question. And I thought about this before I looked at the questions. I haven't, but this one reminded me. If you don't want to answer, I say we can give you a pass. For this question, I don't know who sent it, but they must be drinking tea. Without naming names or being too specific, what is a question you want to ask someone right now and get that 100% truth?
That's a good question. Let's start with Blake.
All right, Blake, we'll put you on the spot. You don't have to answer if you don't want to.
I
said
can't
what?
think right now.
You can't answer that one right now? You can't think of anything?
You can think of anything right now.
And so, all right, so they have to tell the 100% truth.
You would have to tell the 100% truth. And like, it can just be a generic question right here. It can be something like, "How come?" And that's it. You know you're thinking that. We don't need to know.
Come on, Dez. You got some.
What about you, Jamal? You got anything?
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Let me think.
Nothing
Let
that
me
I need.
think.
Nothing that I need to know that seriously.
Let me think.
Nothing that I really need to know.
I got it.
All right.
I would actually ask my mother if there were any regrets maybe that she had when I was born. That's deep.
Yeah, you. Yeah.
Anybody else? I'm trying to answer all these questions. I'm trying not to leave not one unturned by Desmond Mosby till I find one that I'm like, yeah, I'm not going. I might also ask Blake, between me and Travis.
I'm gonna keep mine. I'm gonna keep mine general and just say, what would it take? That's all I can say.
What was the question, bro?
What would it take?
Okay.
Right?
Oh, Blake, I want to answer to my question though. No, I'm joking.
We're not doing that right now.
I'm joking. I understand you've known him longer. Travis,
Right.
If you're watching, we love you, man.
So the next question I got, I'm just gonna try to interpret this as best I can. It was written as tattoos ... smash or pass. I'm guessing they mean, do you find tattoos on the opposite sex attractive?
Depends on what they are to me.
I mean, my wife got 3, so I mean, I don't.
Depends on what
Or
they are.
or do you feel indifferent?
As long as it's not overboard, I'm cool with it.
There's nothing wrong with tattoos.
Nah, nothing wrong with tattoos.
To me, I think tattoos are very attractive on a woman. You have a whole sleeve.
Yeah, I have no problems with them whatsoever. As a matter of fact, I don't know if y'all know this. Blake, you might be the only one that knows this. And I hate to say it on live because she'll probably cuss me out, but Tanisha has Tanisha when we were younger, and I did not tell her to do this. I did not say do this. As a matter of fact, I was mad at her because she did. Tanisha went and got this one tattoo right there. So yeah, I mean, I don't mind, but yeah. Look at little Blake. Why are you smiling? Little Blake and Nando smiling like what? Y'all a trip. But yeah, I don't.
Oh my.
All right, next question. What's an embarrassing moment that has happened in your life that plays in your head that you think about from? It could be from whenever, and you're like, oh man. You ever have one of those moments that just come back into your head that you think about, like, man, I was a real jerk, then makes you cringe, think about how you acted, or? Yeah, that's what it says.
Y'all can tell me whether or not this is one. My aunt was getting married. I was tasked with reading a poem as well as one of the groomsmen. And somehow, some way, somebody made me mad. And we were on our way back to her house. And I'm in the car just laying everybody out. I'm mad for whatever reason. And it finally got to a point where I got out the car and said, we were in Roanoke. And I said, I'm walking back to Lynchburg, and slammed the car door and started walking.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that probably qualifies.
And my aunt, she's driving past me. Get in the car. Get in the car. Get in the car.
Uh, for me, I had me and a big group of friends went to a concert in Richmond, and this was at a time in my life where I was not always the friendliest person when I was drinking, and so I had too much to drink, and basically took a friend's very expensive glasses that I was borrowing and kind of chucked them to the side and started an argument with him. And kind of like this was at like maybe 2 a.m. It kind of like ruined the whole night. And luckily my friends were able to forgive me, and I got better about things. But I think about it often, and I feel terrible for ruining everybody's life because it was a great time. There was probably like 12 of us, I think, and just all having a good time in Richmond. And like sometimes I'll think about that sequence of events, like man. So Sean, if you're watching, because I know you watch sometimes or you listen to the audio, I appreciate you for staying my friend through all that BS. And I can never apologize enough for that.
Can I say another one?
Yeah.
So Blake, Jamon, and myself, and a couple of other people, and this is before we knew you, Nando. A couple of other people went to Scaremare.
Oh, I remember this one.
And let's just say that I acted out of place. I looked at a security guard and told him that he was nothing but security. Where were his security socks at? Where was his flashlight? Because that's all he had. He wasn't gonna do anything. And it's certainly a moment that as it plays in my head, it's not one of my proudest moments that I've lived through. But I was mad that night. Like I was hot that night, and and I ended up leaving, and I think Blake and Jamon stayed and went through Scaremare, but I haven't been to Scaremare since that incident, fellas. So just let y'all know that. And I say I'm gonna go back every year, but man, that encounter was wow, and I blame Jamon.
Why?
Because Jamon always shows up at Jamon time, and if Jamon had showed up at regular time when everybody else was there, we wouldn't have had that incident.
I believe it would have still happened somehow.
No. I love you though, bro.
What about you, Blake? You got anything?
I think I flipped out on my brother one time. I bought a gift for somebody. I left it in my car, and then he took my car to Goodwill because our parents wanted us to donate a bunch of stuff. Amongst the stuff was a gift that I bought, and I didn't realize it until he got back. Because we didn't know. He just put everything. He gave everything to them.
Hey,
So I cursed.
You Kurt.
Cursed.
I've seen you mad before at the littlest things.
So yeah, but it was alright. I kind of overreacted, so I didn't need to react that.
How long ago was that?
This is a long time ago.
Yesterday.
Right. You better apologize to your brother right now. Tell him to go back and watch this episode.
All right, Jamon, what do you got? You got anything for that question?
I don't know. The only thing I can think of is when I went on a cruise, my very first cruise I went on, and I'm a non-drinker.
Yeah, I remember this story.
Yeah,
Somebody bought me a drink, and it was a Black Russian, and it was a shot. So, because they bought it for me, I couldn't punk out. I had to just, sit there and just see what's happening. So I held my nose real quick and just chugged it down. And
next thing you know, he dancing on the table.
what people say I was doing, I don't remember.
Are you serious? I was just saying that.
No.
Are you serious?
No, that's true. Yeah, they said I was dancing on the bar.
See, the last time you told us this, you didn't say it. Did he say all that the last
Nah,
time?
he definitely left that. He definitely left that part out.
They said I was dancing on the bar. Completely. They said I was doing some like dancing moves on the bar. Actually, like standing on the bar doing dance.
Coyote ugly.
That's what they say now. I don't remember it, but apparently I can't hold my liquor like that.
Yeah.
So I've gotten better though. I've drinking my little wine and stuff like that, and I'm okay. But apparently I hit that shot a little bit too fast, and it was a blur.
But you're a fun-loving, go-lucky person anyway. So I mean, I imagine that's times 10 if you was to, So see you now dancing on the table. Woo! Woo!
And I was fully clothed.
Sure.
So I was fully clothed.
This time,
Sure.
Exactly.
He said
So-
this time.
Next time y'all want to see me do something ridiculous, just buy me something that I don't know about.
Don't even lie. We know you had that NWO shirt on with no bottoms.
you just Daffy ducking it all over the place.
Never season. Duck season.
Shake it fast.
I'm not fooling with Nando today.
Shake
All
it
right.
fast.
The next question is, what's a word that you have a hard time saying? I'll start this one, so maybe to give you a. Well, they said saying or pronouncing.
Oh,
Mine
okay.
is,
Siren.
I hate saying. Is it
Is it siren or siren?
cumulative? Is that
No, that's right. I hate saying Worcestershire.
I have to like
What's that?
focus.
I can't say siren. Siren.
Worcestershire is mine. Come bring some of that Worcestershire sauce, boy.
Worcestershire. Is it Worcestershire?
Worcestershire sauce.
I think he's just Worcestershire, right?
Stop.
Worcestershire.
I think it's Worcestershire. But do you say siren or siren?
Siren.
I say siren. You say siren, Jamal?
I hear a siren coming
All
down
right,
the street.
all right. That stuff that
What
you
is so
pour on
funny, Blake?
pancakes.
What's so funny, Blake?
Syrup.
When I hear you say styrene, I'm sorry.
Syrup.
I say syrup.
Or syrup. I
Syrup.
might say syrup sometimes.
Syrup. I say syrup.
Andrea and the kids always make fun of me. Syrup. I don't.
I
It
don't
seems
see
normal to
nothing- I
me.
don't see-
No
I don't
wrong
see
with
why
that.
they would make fun of you for that.
SURP. Syrup.
Syrup. What was it? Sipping on some syrup.
So we were in a when this was back when Andrea and I worked together. We were in a meeting together, and I was going through a presentation, and I was trying to say, see, here it goes, cumulative. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. And I'm like, cumulative. And she's like, what the? After we got off, she's like, what the hell did you just say? I hate that word. I still have to stop and think about it when before I say it.
I'll tell you when I used to get picked on when I was little though. Iron. I would say earn.
So you're
Or iron some clothes.
I'll say iron.
That's a Baltimore thing too. There's like a earn and earn. It's Aaron earned and iron earned.
I say water. WADA. I say I'm gonna get a glass of water.
Water.
When I was a kid, I used to say earthquake and motorcycle.
Motorcycle.
I still say motorcycle.
Motorcycle.
I still say motorcycle.
All right. Next question is: have you ever written a song or poem for someone?
Yes.
Oh, good Lord, that's all about you, D.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's D's question right there.
So all my original poetry was to my wife, right? Like a lot of my well, let me not say that. A lot of my original poetry was just stuff that was coming to my head, and people would always get on me and say, well, you're obviously writing that about or for somebody. And at that time it wasn't. Like I didn't have a muse. I would just come up with a topic and just free write. But then obviously when I was courting Tanisha, all my poetry was towards Tanisha. Every last poem at that point was towards Tanisha. And it's got to a point. I did just write a song. I don't know if y'all are familiar with the new Mario movie. He's got that song in it. Peaches, 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 peaches. I rewrote Peaches to go Nisha, 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 Nisha. And I hope to record it as soon as Jamal gives me the okay when we can record it. So yes, I have. And I will continue to do so. I like writing poetry for my wife.
Blake, you ever written a song or poem for somebody? How about
I'm
you,
not
Jamon?
artistic.
I've
Oh,
never
he's-
written. No, I mean, if you consider poetry, I remember back in third grade, I wrote a thing to my girlfriend back then. Roses are red, violets are blue, that type thing. If you consider that poetry,
I mean, I do.
Yeah.
that's the last thing I remember.
So I wrote
And
a
then-
song for a
And
girl.
then at the bottom it said, if you like me, circle yes or no.
And then you get that little thing that you go like that, the little thing that you flip over the pages, and
The
you
fortune
remember that
teller.
thing, the thing with the hand.
Fortune
Remember
teller.
that?
Yeah.
Is that what you call it?
That's what I called it. What we
Was
call
practicing gang signs back in
Right.
the day.
Not even knowing.
So I was dating this girl. We had a huge fight, and I wrote a poem for her, and then she ended up reading it to all her friends at work. This was like, I don't know, in my early days, and I was like, she wasn't reading it to be me. She thought it was sweet. I was like, I wrote that for you.
I would
Right.
love if you could pull it up one day or find it
Oh, I'm sure it's awful.
and share it with just to hear what you were saying to her.
And then so some of y'all might not know this, me and some friends, we had a band for a little bit, and I wrote songs. We never actually performed any of the songs we wrote, but I wrote a lot of, I won't say a lot, but maybe like 8 songs about different people. Some of them are about people I knew, some are about situations of, close friends that I knew. Those I might still have somewhere written in a notebook.
I want to see some of this.
All right, next question. What's a song that's very popular and considered a classic, but you would stop from being played forever if you could?
The Electric Slide.
Ice Ice Baby.
I hate the Electric Slide.
Mine's Baby Got Back. I can't hear that song ever again. I'm so sick of it.
That's never going nowhere. You know that, right?
I know it
never.
isn't.
As a matter of fact, they'll change the words to fit whatever it is that they want.
Somebody samples it.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of that song.
Blake, you
What
got
you-
one?
Yeah, what you got, Blake?
You've been quiet this episode
say-
so far.
Get low.
Get Low? That's a good one. That was big.
Yeah, it was played a lot.
But yeah, I remember it was played so much. It was so popular during my senior year that we played the Powder Puff football game. Are y'all familiar with what the Powder Puff football game is? So we played the Powder Puff football game. We were the cheerleaders, and I rewrote that song for the Powder Puff football game.
All right, next question is a 2-part question. What is the best and worst thing about humanity in your opinion?
About what?
The best and worst thing about humanity.
The worst is selfishness in society.
Yeah. Definitely how selfish people can be. I agree with you.
I think for me, the worst is that we don't necessarily stop to enjoy the time that we have. We're so focused on the now, getting to work, going to work, and all that kind of stuff that people don't necessarily stop to enjoy what's going on around them and take in what's going on around them. I think COVID did a little bit of that, so that's why I'm thankful for COVID. But I think then we get back into the routine of the everyday life, and I think sometimes that can be pretty bad because in that sense, I think that's where that selfishness comes in, right? Like we're just thinking of ourselves and what we got to do and what's going on and all that kind of stuff. So that to me is what I feel is the worst. What I feel is the best. I do think that during tragic times we do try or tend to try to come together, and maybe try to be support to each other. But that's only during tragedies, right? Like that's only during those sad moments, and then we go right back to, like I said, the everyday hustle and bustle.
Yeah, I was gonna say at the same time as how selfish we can be, it's how giving people can be, right? And unfortunately, a lot of times, like you said, Des, is that it takes a tragedy to see that side of people.
It's unfortunate. Because I want to be able to celebrate y'all and y'all goodness, right? Like I don't
Right.
ever want it to be that y'all are going through something and that's the only time that I'm there for y'all, right? Like I want to be able to say, yo, my brother Fernando, yo, he got this thing going on. It's big, man. Like I got to be there just cause, right? Like, and I think we get away from that sometimes. It's kind of why I've been celebrating my wife on this whole Masters of Nursing thing. Like I think it's necessary and it's needed.
All right, next question was, what's the stupidest dare you ever agreed to? All right, so I'll go first while y'all think about it. This was also back in my younger days when I used to go out all the time. I was dating this girl who was friends with a lot of rugby guys, and I don't know if you know much about rugby players, but they seem to be not always all right in the head, right? And so I'm hanging out with them one night, and we're at a bar, and they tell me about a stuntman shot. And basically a stuntman shot is a shot of tequila where you snort the salt, squeeze the lime in your eye, and then take the shot.
In your eye?
In your eye, yeah. So
You ain't hit a salt in your nose, bro.
No, but in your eye.
He was all right with that. He was all right with that.
Yeah, like
I did not believe him that this was a real thing. So he does it. And so at that point I was like, well, now I gotta do it. So I did it. It was dumb. It was awful.
Listen, if that happens to me, I don't know. I don't want to be cool with it. Like, I don't need friends.
I bow out. If anything.
Y'all want me to do that? Nah, bro. Nah, you know.
But
Call
you
me
now,
all you want. I'm walking out the door. Like,
now, if I'm ever asked by a rugby player if I'm a stuntman, I can say, yeah, I guess that's a plus.
Old man Mike.
I
was there to try chewing tobacco.
that ain't got nothing on those.
They ain't got nothing on that. They ain't got nothing on that, but still though, chewing tobacco
I don't
is
even
nasty.
have nothing
You know
in
that?
that case. Oh man.
Yeah, I was dumb. I did stupid stuff.
I think mine was trying one of the hottest wings at Buffalo Wild. Not good.
If something's hot just to be hot, I don't want no.
Oh,
no
wait a minute.
part
I
of
take
it.
mine back. I take
I
mine
think that's
back.
mine too, because that happened to me in high school where I was there to try one of the hottest wings. Not at Buffalo Wild Wings, though. There was a place here that had like an extreme wing that they called it. And I put that joint to your lips, and that joint started burning your lips already.
Was this at what's that place that used to be by Big Lots?
I think so. I think that's exactly what it was. I can't think of the name of it though.
Yeah, they have really good wings.
There was a hot sauce place in Williamsburg, and I went in there and I tried the thing where you had to sign the waiver before you taste it, and I put some on a cracker and ate it. They said on the what is the scale?
Listen.
Scoville.
Yeah, they said it was like 9 million on Scoville on that scale.
Listen, anything that requires me to sign a waiver is probably not going to be done by me. Like,
look. I'll put it this way.
I'm with you.
I'll put it this way. It hurt going out more than it did coming in.
I'm sure.
Hey, if you want to do this, all you gotta do is sign this waiver. Nope.
Yeah, you indemnify us about what's about to happen to you.
Right.
So go for it.
Yeah, it hurt going out, boy. Man, that was the best.
All right. The next question was: have you ever accepted a friend request from a thirst trap on social media? I don't know who asked against that, but I will.
I will politely say probably yes.
I don't recall.
I think Blake is pleading the fifth on this one.
I will politely say yes. I'm gonna be straight up and honest.
I think I have on Instagram. I don't think I ever have on Facebook.
Yeah, I think Insta is like that spot though.
That's
like
the whole
yeah,
thing is a
I feel like that's exactly what that's for. It's just a giant thirst trap.
Insta trap.
Really don't recall at the moment.
You keep not recalling.
Yeah.
Jamon?
Yeah, Jamon. Did you do anything?
He's like 1 time 2 3 carry 6.
I'm not even on social media that much to do that though.
Well, I got 30 on Twitter, 30 on Insta, about a good 15 on Facebook.
Because I ain't even on Insta or any of that. I'm not even on that. I don't do it that much.
You got about 45 on LinkedIn. That's a thirst trap.
All right, what's the craziest thing you saw that if you told a stranger, they probably would think you're lying? You got anything?
Listen, I feel like had I seen Jamon dancing on that table, that would have been it. Like that legit would have been it. Craziest thing I ever saw.
Little bitty boy, man.
I did see one of them jump out of a gate at the Universal Circus.
A little bitty boy, man. Yeah.
So mine was one time I was
Go ahead,
sitting out.
Fernando.
This is when I worked at J. Crew. One time I was sitting down on the smoke area, and I was just sitting there. I was out there alone, and I saw like a spider walking on the ground, and it looked like it was carrying a wasp, right? Like the wasp looked like it was dead. I was like, that's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. And then as the spider's walking, the wasp, like, I don't know if it was just knocked out or what, comes back to life and stings the spider and then picks up the spider and flies away. I'm not lying, I swear to y'all.
What?
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't believe that.
Yeah.
You told me.
It was crazy.
Look. And the bad part is I'm waiting to hear the rest of the story.
Like, yo, Blake and Jamar, if Nando had told us that in any other scenario, any other situation, I would have been like, you must have sniffed salt and putting some lemon in your eyes.
I'm waiting to hear the rest of it. Like, and then a butterfly came and came and destroyed everything.
Well, this might be the only question that I can't answer. Like, I don't think I've ever necessarily seen anything. I'll tell you something that freaked me out. That like completely freaked me out. Going back to our discussion about the UFOs, I had pulled up to my grandparents' house one day and just saw these spotlights in the sky over my grandparents' house. And in my mind, I'm automatically thinking, yo, they here. Like they are here. They coming down. Am I the only person seeing this right now? I'm gonna find out it was spotlights that were shining downtown from some event. But I'm standing in the middle of the yard freaking out. And I feel like obviously if I had told somebody that story and it had happened, they would have looked at me like, yeah, you crazy.
Yeah. All right, what's the dumbest reason someone has broken up with you or you broke up with someone?
Two reasons. One, a girl called me childish. And two, this girl I thought was gonna grow up to look like her mom. I'm sorry.
Let's see.
Hey. And she grew up and looked like her mom too. Go ahead, Blake.
Never mind, skip me.
Skip. No. You started. This one you started. And I interrupted.
I'll probably say dumb reason would be because I wanted to spend time with her. and maybe it was too much time.
Oh, okay. So she dumped you because you wanted to spend too much time with her. Got you. That makes sense.
What about a reason you broke up with somebody?
I don't think I've done that on like about something petty.
I had a girl that had an ugly birthmark, and I was like, ew. Not gonna lie, when I first met Tanisha, she had a bump on her ear, and I was petty, man. And not thinking about what I look like to people, right? Like, because I'm not the most attractive man in the world. So
Was it a bump bump?
A bump?
A bump bump.
Mine would be, I broke up with a girl because she ate food with her mouth open. Like she would talk and eat. Oh, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. She was very nice otherwise. Well, I mean, like, I think it's petty because I didn't say anything about it, right? I was just like,
Nah.
I can tell you the exact thing I said was like, I just really don't have time right now for a relationship. Instead of just being like, it's awful every time we hang out and you eat.
Could you try closing your mouth?
Right. And then broke up with me. One time a girl said that I didn't harass her enough.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, no lie.
So two extremes. Blake got one that's spending too much time, and she feeling like you not harassing her enough.
Yeah. That's
crazy. Jamal, you got one?
I don't know. Some girl said I didn't pay attention to her. I forget what she said.
And there you have it.
Yeah, couldn't have been true.
No.
True.
I don't know. I broke up. This is one girl I broke. I mean, I probably went with her for like a week, but then I just didn't like her lips because they had that one split right here all the time, and there was always chapped, you know. So I didn't like that. So we were getting to the point where we were like getting close, but
I'm trying to purple of it.
I kind of moved away from that. And as I said, the girl broke off with me because she just said, even though we were always together, I mean, we had like these specific nights where, you know, I was with her and, you know, had to be there. We apparently weren't spending enough time together. So
you weren't harassing her enough.
Yeah.
Right. So that's really it for me, I guess.
You said she had a.
Yeah, it's not a cleft lip type thing. No, I wouldn't do that.
I think he's saying she had chapped lips. So
right, just chapped lip all together. You just will.
Oh, it just looked like a split was going down.
Yeah, you just go like this one. You know.
And again, unlike Fernando, just like Fernando, you could have just looked at her and said, "Can you just lick your lips one good time?"
But I think you did that. She would have done that once, and then that would have been it. She would have continued to forget.
I'm gonna be honest. I forgot what number I rolled because I haven't taken it away as I go through. Hold on, let me find it. Oh, I know what to do. All right, if you had to pick something to cook, one thing to cook to impress someone, what would you make?
Eggs Benedict.
You can poach an egg perfectly. It's a lot harder than it looks.
Talking about right. But to get the hollandaise sauce to do what it do, that perfect thing.
Yeah,
I think
it looks easy, but eggs Benedict is tough. I would say for me, I make cinnamon rolls that everybody loves, or at least they tell me they do. And so I would probably make that or bagels.
Yeah, I feel like somebody owes us some cinnamon rolls.
I do.
Blake going to the air cooker right now to answer your question.
He gonna show us.
I would say,
I'd rather show than tell y'all.
I would say steak and potatoes.
I'm cooking corn pudding.
Corn pudding.
Or some meatloaf.
I haven't had meatloaf in a long time.
You make me meatloaf?
Yeah. You got some steak and potatoes in the air fryer, Blake?
Nope, I wish.
Sorry, it's spinning now. All right, do you think people can change? And a follow-up question, do you believe in second chances also?
Most definitely, yes and yes.
Yes. Yes.
No one knows.
I'll go yes and yes. I think people can change. Now I don't believe in third and fourth chances, maybe. I don't know. But second chances definitely.
I might believe in second chances, but I don't. I sometimes believe that people are who they tell you they are from the get-go.
You know, I tell the kids most of the time, I've told them all at one point or another, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them.
First time.
Yeah. All right, next question. Is there a stranger that you think about sometimes? Like, I wonder what they're up to. Like maybe you gave someone directions one time. You're like, I wonder if they ever made it there.
I try not to talk to strangers.
There are some people that I would say back in the day when Jamon and I were a little younger, like we would go to like CC's Pizza or something, and I was always a person that didn't like to see people just sitting by themselves. So I would be like, you can come over and sit with us, or I'd go over and sit with them and just start chatting it up. So sometimes I think I wonder if those persons maybe what are they doing right now, right? Like what have they gotten into in their lives, and hopefully that display that I showed made a difference for them. Because I really don't like to see people by themselves eating at all whatsoever. So
yeah,
I would say that.
I don't know. It used to be this little girl that lives up the street. Gosh, I'm talking about when I was maybe 10 or 11. You know, that we always used to hang out, and she used to come down, and you know, she was just like a next door neighbor. So I would like to see like what is she up to now.
You remember her name?
Leslie.
That's why you need that social media.
What about you, Blake? You got anything?
Quick search.
No.
Leslie. Blake said he don't talk to strangers.
Yeah, he said, oh, he said no new friends.
Nope.
Blake don't even talk to the friends he got. So I'm just playing. I'm joking. I love you.
The only one I could think of off the top of my head is when I was in like the second or third grade, there was this new kid at school, and like everybody was always mean to him and stuff like that. And like, I always thought he was cool, like just nice. And so I would hang out with him. He only went to our school. He came for 1 year and then left and never came back. So sometimes I wonder, like, I hung out with him at his house a couple of times. He had a creepy house, like on a farm, and like you could listen through the floor, and in his basement you could hear stuff. He always told me it was ghosts. But anyways, I sometimes wonder like what that kid was up to, and also what was in his basement.
There was this girl I kissed in pre-K too. I wonder what she's up to.
You wonder if she looked like her mom. All right, next question. What's an extreme sport that you would like to try?
Whitewater rafting.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think as a matter of fact, I think I had messaged y'all to see if we could get a trip going at one point.
Yeah,
I did that once, man. I
would love it.
I did that once in Charlotte. I did it in Charlotte, man.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, but I mean, falling out the boat, I don't know how many times. It just got to be a thing, you know. You got to keep falling out there, you have to keep getting in the boat. It got to be real cumbersome to me, to the point I was like, here, let me get on the little kiddie one and then I'm good. So they switched me over. to that. I would like to maybe try. Be honest with you, and I just once, and you. I would like to try maybe. What do you call it? Hang gliding. Just once.
I maybe not in my current shape since I haven't worked out in a while, but I would like to run with the bulls in Spain.
Does snowboarding count?
Yeah, I'd say that counts.
I love snowboarding, but I definitely want us to plan a whitewater rafting trip.
Snowboarding is easy. Just go to Wintergreen. They can teach you for free.
Now, I don't. If Jamal gonna be complaining that he keep falling out the boat, we can exclude him.
Y'all can exclude me. I'll be happy taking pictures on the side. I'll do that.
But I definitely want to go
problem.
whitewater. It's been a dream of mine for at least the last 7 years.
All right, we might have to call it after this question, depending on y'all's time. But this one is a little more serious. Do you think, or more work related? Do you think employee engagement activities actually work, or just a waste of damn time? Their words, not mine.
Waste of time.
Yeah, I'm with you. Waste of time.
Waste of time. We've talked about this, the whole pool table thing and all those concepts. Like, people want to be able to go home.
Yeah.
And enjoy home. Like I don't want to be engaging with Betsy Lou and what's her face and all that kind of stuff. I don't got time for it. I got people at home that I want to go home to and friends at home that I'll hang out with. But yeah, this making us like we're a family is too much.
Right. I'm gonna end it on a fun one, even though we got a few other questions left. What's a movie that people consider a chick flick that you love?
White chicks. No, I'm just playing. A chick flick that I love.
I don't know if this is considered a chick flick, but the first Pitch Perfect, love that movie. I'll watch that every time it's on.
That is a good movie. I will say that.
What's funny is my old roommate, him and his girlfriend, I was like, hey, you want to come play poker with us? He's like, no. I told his girlfriend at the time that we would watch Pitch Perfect, and I just harassed him endlessly about how whipped he was. And then little did I know, I watched it like 2 weeks later, and I was like, all right, this is pretty good.
That's a great movie.
Look, I'm going way, way back. Mine would be Mahogany.
With Billy D. Williams?
Yeah, Diana Ross and Billy D.
Okay.
I love the song, though. Do you know?
I would say the movie Jawbreakers.
Oh, I remember that one.
Is that a chick flick though?
I don't think it's a chick flick though.
Yeah, I would say that's a chick flick necessarily. It was a good movie, but I wouldn't necessarily say that was a chick flick. When I think of chick flicks, I think of stuff like Bridges of Madison County or
what's that one with Reese Witherspoon where she goes back to her hometown? Sweet Home Alabama.
Sweet Home Alabama.
But I will say this.
Miss Congeniality.
Yes.
I will say this. Now to jump into to today, I had somebody ask me, because I told him, I said, yeah, I went to see Super Mario Brothers yesterday over Barbie. And then they looked at me like something was wrong with me. They was like, why didn't you go see Barbie? And I said, well, I just don't see the reason to go see it. And they said it's not a girl movie. That it's a pretty adult movie. So is that a chick flick? I don't know. I mean, Nando, you got daughters and Desmond too. I mean, have your daughters asked you to go take them to see that?
Nah, they haven't asked to see it at all.
She's only asked me to see. I mean, she's probably asked to see the Barbie movie, but she's actually only really asked more so to see the Little Mermaid. Probably more than anything. But normally she's more into those animated movies, like this one that's the one that just came out, the one about the elements. That one where you have
Elemental.
Yeah, she was gung ho about that one, and there's another one that's coming out that she's gung ho about, but she hasn't talked much about Barbie.
Yeah, they said Barbie is good. Is what I've heard.
Yeah,
because it got Harley Quinn in it, but
I've heard it's good too. So I was talking to some friends at work, and they were we were just talking about how it was in the news, and like some people were like complaining about Barbie and stuff like that, the movie, and I was just shocked that people have that much time on their hands to complain. I wish I had that time that I could get mad about a movie.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. I don't know if y'all consider this a chick flick, but I do. My favorite chick flick of all time is Set It Off.
No, I would not consider that a chick.
Queen Latifah gave an Oscar-winning performance in that movie.
What's the other one? Queen. What is the other one? Queen in the Slum.
Where you going with that, Jamal?
I don't know. I'm Set It Off.
I haven't seen that one though.
That's a good one.
I heard it was good though.
I've seen like the first 30 minutes of it twice, and I keep getting interrupted. So next time I'm just going to start it from where I ended it at.
Yeah, get some tissues for the end. Just saying.
I don't know if y'all saw, but I wanted to mention my sister Stephanie Holloway, who will be jumping on talking about kids on a podcast probably coming up soon. But Stephanie did mention that people can change, and yes, she will give a second chance. She's a lot better than I am. Love you, sis. I feel like there should be one more question. Are y'all good for one more question?
I gotta go.
You got to go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that being said, this has been a very, very fun episode. Nando, I almost want you to take the next one too, just so we can finish these questions. Like, how many more questions did you have?
8 more.
Yeah, are you cool with that? Are you cool with taking the next episode and finishing?
This fine with me. I don't mind.
We'll do rapid fire part 2. To all of you, we thank you for joining us. Blake, please smile. We thank you for joining us. As always, you can experience man as only we know how here at the Man Experience. Follow us on whatever social media platforms you can follow us on. You can also email us at themansperience@gmail.com. We look forward to seeing you next time on our finale, Rapid Fire Part 2. Peace.
Peace out.